On today's episode of Filmmaker Reacts, we've got this.
You risk so much to honor someone you murdered.
Hello everyone, I'm Kai Zammit and welcome to Filmmaker Reacts. Filmmaker Reacts is a series made for the sole purpose of discovering and sharing of stories. Each episode consists of watching popular content, sometimes multiple, offering useful methods to raise your production values, breaking down film techniques if used, and at the very end I'm going to answer the most important question: did the story work? Because at the end of the day it's all about the story. So let's find out, shall we? Play the tape. Lovely bit of animation, that is.
Tells of an ancient legend about two great dragon brothers. The dragon of the north wind and the
Beautiful.
dragon of the south wind. Together, they upheld balance and harmony in the heavens.
Lovely soundtrack straight away. He's cool looking.
But the two brothers argued over who could better rule their land. Their quarrel turned to rage and their violent struggle darkened the skies, until the dragon of the south wind struck down his brother, who fell to earth, shattering the land.
In the audience. His face. Reminds me of the Chandler thing from Friends.
The dragon of the south wind had triumphed.
That's good.
But as time passed and he realized his solitude, the sweetness of victory turned to ash.
That music is beautiful. Proper plucks on the heartstrings. Already I'm emotionally invested.
For years, the bereft dragon's grief threw the world into discord. And he knew only bitterness and sorrow. One day, a stranger called up to the dragon and asked,
I feel myself getting a bit emotional watching this.
Why are you so distraught? The dragon told him, seeking power, I killed my brother. But without him, I am lost. The stranger replied, you have inflicted wounds upon yourself.
It's beautiful.
But now, you must heal. Walk the earth on 2 feet as I do. Find value in humility. Then you will find peace.
Reminds me of that music is very Hans Zimmer, sort of Last Samurai.
You are
Stunning.
not the first assassin sent to kill me. And you will not be the last.
Wow, that's cool.
You are bold to come to Shimara Castle, the den of your enemies.
This was once my home. Did your masters not tell you who I was?
I know who you are, Hanzo. I know you come here every year on the same day.
Wow.
You risk so much to honor someone you murdered.
You know nothing of what happened.
Oh, we got him. Oh, look at those. This is awesome. Wow.
I know you tell yourself that your brother disobeyed the clan. And that you have to kill him to maintain order. That it was your duty.
It was my duty and my verdict. That does
Wow.
not mean I do not honor him.
Deflected it. Oh my gosh, cut it in half. That was wicked.
You think you honor your brother Genji with incense and offerings? Honor resides in one's actions.
You dare to lecture me about
Oh, he's going
honor?
for it.
You are not worthy to say his name!
Okay, here we go. Holy shit, look at that. Oh, he deflected it back at us. Completely shocked him.
Only a Shamada can control the dragons. Who are you?
I thought he was going to literally kill him.
Do it then. Kill me.
He's not.
No. I will not grant you the death you wish for. You still have a purpose in this life, brother.
No. No. My brother is dead.
That's the person he's been grieving for. I can't make out the detail.
The dragon knelt upon the ground. For the first time, he was able to clearly see the world around him, and he became human. The stranger revealed himself as his fallen brother. Reunited, the two set out to rebuild what they had once destroyed.
What an amazing story.
Become.
I have accepted what I am.
Love that
And I
sound.
have forgiven you. Now you must forgive yourself. The world is changing once again, Hanzo. And it's time to pick a side.
Real life is not like the stories of others.
You shoot him.
You were a fool for believing it so.
Perhaps I am a fool to think there is still hope for you. But I do. Think on that, brother.
Oh my goodness, it's so good. That was amazing.
Overwatch, coming to PC and consoles May 24th.
Oh, it's old. Wow. My initial reaction is that was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. There was a moment in there where I just the music, everything coming together just almost made me well up. Let's break it down. Straight away, before we see any visuals, it's just a logo and the music. The music there gives us everything that we need to know. It's setting the scene and it's basically world building. And that's what you want with your films, is you normally get that establishing shot. In this case, we have an establishing sound and the culture that we're about to witness. What I love about this is the fact that when we've got this artwork, again, it's sort of establishing the scene. But what I really like is the music's there, and before the music kicks in, it goes right on the title, and then the animation works. Then the animation moves. Boom. Now the story's begun.
My family tells of an ancient legend about two great dragons.
Amazing voiceover.
The dragon of the north wind and the dragon of the south wind. Together, they upheld balance and harmony in the heavens.
Love it. So they've got the perfect voiceover to do this. This is Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa's voice. Immediately I recognised it. To me, it's Shang's song.
Your brother's soul is mine. You will be next.
The way he tells the story, that it's perfect casting. You know what he's doing here. He's giving us the thing is with a voiceover, and I learned this many years ago in sort of film psychology. It's called the voice of God. They're there to guide us and give us a little parts of the story, of telling us the overall arc of the story. It's beautifully done, but in this case it's very cleverly done with his voiceover of this story, but I'll go into that a little bit later.
They upheld balance and harmony in the heavens.
Boom, music, lovely beautiful crossfade there. Love this shot coming down, which is showing us, in our case, which I'm aware of, this is being one of the maps of the Overwatch. This is character building. Before we've even seen the reveal of his face, we see a body part. In this case, it's the feet landing, boom, and then we see his and then we see the character's reveal. Normally, you do it in shots of 3. So what I mean by that is you'll see one body shot, then maybe the next bit might be him adjusting his armor or looking around or something, just close up, and then you get a further out shot of a wide. They didn't in this case because there's another character watching, which we know. But what I did like about this is the slow dolly moving forward. The slow dolly movement. Slowly it dolly forwards into the character, and it really sucks you into the character. That's the best thing about dolly movements. It really just draws you into the character. Lovely shot. And there's our character watching from above. What I like about this is it's almost a case of, it's sort of, again, your world building, you're setting the scene, but in our case as well, we've got him right on the left side of the screen, watching from above, almost like a bird's eye view, and they're showing his reveal. Love it. This is beautiful. You see the dragon, and then it does a lovely transition. I think it's a crossfade of the same design. I really like that. It's almost a match cut, effectively. That's exactly what it is. It's matching the same visuals.
Better rule their land. Their quarrel turned to rage, and their violent struggle darkened the skies, until the dragon of the south wind struck down his brother.
Lovely animation. What I love about this, so earlier on I was talking about a subtext. Subtext is a story within a story, but what I like about this is it's not only a story within a story, it's actually telling you their past. At the moment we don't know that they're brothers, but it's telling you about these two brothers and they're fighting, and that's what I mean, there's your subtext. But in our case, what this does beautifully, and it's a bit like the dragons, it gets the stories to interweave together, and then eventually those two parallel stories that are running together and they start doing this, and then they merge into one, and that's what I love about this.
Who fell to earth, shattering the land.
It cracks me up. I think this is a bit more of the light toneness to remind us that it's got a light, friendly tone to it, because the animation art style lends itself to that. It's almost got like a Pixar-esque style to it. Amazing. Love that. This is the comedy value of it. So you've got this electricity bolt going off, and then zooms in, almost has a little bit of that old Chinese or martial arts style-esque sort of camera work to it.
What?
They do like a massive zoom in. You go from one character or something to reveal a face expression and to show their anger. Crash zoom right into his face, which he does here beautifully. Which again, it kind of also adds the comedy value to it. Yes, nice. And then again, same thing. How do you show expression really well? Harsh zoom in. Huh? What the hell? Love it. And then again, you've got more comedy. Wow. I love that. His face. Go. Very good. Oh. Yeah, here we go. Match cut. Not as quite match cutting, but every time we see these two dragons, oh yes, back to the other story.
The dragon of the south wind had triumphed, but as time passed and he realized his solitude,
Amazing.
the sweetness of victory turned.
Love this. You got these particle effects here. What I like about this is normally with animation, it is very 2D, but what they've done here is you want to fill your shots up, and they've got that lovely ash going through. Again, it just emphasizes the flames in the pictures, but it just gives you more depth to your shots, which I love. And again, we've got that, that past telling you this backstory, this subtext going on. Love it.
Turned to ash.
And again, lovely match cut there. The ash going past, and then which turns to cherry blossom.
Turned to ash.
And your eyes it's just a flow. It's just your eyes it's just beautifully done. And then our character feel. Nice long shot, a little tilt up, and there he is. Look at him standing there. So powerful. I love it. Such a great way to show your character, and brilliant use of let's go back 10 seconds. Brilliant use of music and instruments for your characters. They've almost got, actually, normally you'd have what they call a light motif for characters, and a light motif is a piece of music that you relate to a character. So like the Harry Potter theme or Thomas the Tank Engine, they have their own music per characters or theme.
I can go slow ahead. Come on down and chum some of this shit.
The dark arts teacher. I am here because Dumbledore asked me. End of story. Goodbye, the end. Any questions?
In this case, rather than having music, they've almost got an instrument as such, which is what a Japanese flute, I believe, or something along those lines. So yeah, a light motif instrument. Wow. This is a beautiful part. This is nothing but the music quietens down. We've got nothing really other than the scene's ambience. This is a nice moment to reflect, and I love that the way they've done this. Beautiful.
For years, the bereft dragon's grief.
Lovely little shot going across the top of the light, just showing you how sharp it is, and just the way they've captured it with the light. And I think this is probably why it got me a little bit emotional. Just his voiceover, the music, just the slowing down part of it. It was gorgeous.
Dragon's grief threw the world into discord.
And this is the part where, because the music is softer and things are slowed down, you're able to do crossfades without them being too disruptive to the eye.
And he knew only bitterness and sorrow. One day, a stranger called up to the dragon and asked, "Oh, Dragon Lord, why..."
Absolutely love it. It's just the way they're cutting between the two stories, and visually we know. What I also like is the flash to white to tell us almost is his past, because it was on him,
Bitterness and sorrow.
and then it's a flash to white of his past.
One day, a stranger called up to the dragon.
It's a flashback, isn't it? And that's probably one of the main times you can use a flash to white, as they call it in the editing software.
And asked, "Oh, Dragon Lord, why are you so distraught?" The dragon told him, "Seeking power, I killed my brother. But without him, I am lost."
It's beautiful.
The stranger replied, "You have inflicted wounds upon..."
Lovely. Again, the first flashback is there to tell you this is his memory, And just to support that argument, just to remind you to say, hey, this is definitely him, watch with his eye, where the eye fades out on this character. Okay, let's just go back by 10.
Power, I killed my brother.
Watch the dragon's eye.
But without him, I am lost. The stranger replied, you have inflicted wounds upon yourself.
Right on this character. This is that dragon. And that's what I love about it. It's just the way they're telling you. It's just beautifully done. And look at the cinematography. Look at the. I always say this if I ever teach students or anything like that, or a lot people are scared to bring it in close unless you're well trained in cinematography. You're invested in your characters. You can feel what they're feeling emotionally by bringing the camera here. And you can see this on this character. Look at the framing. You can see everything in his face. He's in pain. He's reflecting. Gorgeous.
But now, you must heal. Walk the earth on 2 feet as I do.
Gorgeous lighting. Lovely, excuse me, lovely overhead lighting. Got the beautiful blue for the nighttime in the background, and the more of the warmer Kelvin internally. Stunning. They complement each other so well, that those lighting schemes.
Find value in humility.
This, on the first watch, I didn't really notice it. I saw what it was, but I didn't notice it until now. This is what you call a foreshadowing item. You put this here to say, and they really linger on this shot, so you're really taking it in, and this obviously is something to do with the other character, and we see this later on again. It's just planting the seed. That's what foreshadowing normally is. But yeah,
then you will find peace.
Again, lovely crossfades. Music. Brum. Now we know the tempo's changed and the story's about to kick in, or change beat.
Not the first assassin sent to kill me.
Again, beautiful. Look at the way the camera's framed. It's right in there on him, and you've got this lovely catchment in his eye. Stunning. If I'm ever director of photography on shoots, I try to get this for my clients because it really does lift up your production values. Get that catchment in the eyes. I promise you, your production values will go up and people will start booking you more.
And you will not be the last.
Amazing. Wicked. What a fantastic reveal. Really dark. Let the light, all the shadow work do it for you. It looks a bit when I first saw this, my first thought was a Guyver.
You! Who are you? I will use her, not you. Die, you stinking rat!
Love it. Super complete difference in the characters. The other one was very heavy-footed. This one's almost like a ghost. Well, actually, that's quite funny considering he's actually dead, isn't he? Lovely pull focus.
You are bold to come to Shimara Castle, the den of your enemies.
This was once my home.
Love it, lovely. Again, the cross pulling of focus. We're on that character, and then we're back on the other character. It's stunning. It did it for him. His legs landed, pulled focus to this character. Now it's the reverse. We're on this character.
This was once
pull focus back to him.
Did your masters not tell you who I was?
I know who you.
Love it. Sound effects. Sound audio is 70% of your picture. Okay, and what I love this, just to emphasize, you've got the sound of the arrow or going past him, and then it does another whew, on the camera zoom.
I know who you are.
Just to I just love it. It's just got that almost anime, Japanese movie-esque type feel to it, and I love it. Great way to show. He says his name, really expressive in the eyes. This character is affected. by the information that's given across. You know, if this was anime or anything like that, you'd have a massive, probably internal monologue.
I know you come here every year on the same day.
These subtle moments, you know, just looking on, baring teeth. You know, these few, rather than just going absolutely crazy on action, they're giving you these little beats for the character to really express how he feels. It's really clever writing.
You risk so much.
And I love the fact that the camera's always moving. It goes with the arrows. You know, it's doing almost like a dolly tracking movement. Sorry, going round him, constantly moving. That's what cinema is. It's all about movement.
To honor someone you murdered.
Lovely pull outs and zoom ins, dolly movements going around or tracking shots.
You know nothing of what happened.
Going with him, roll. Love this. I think this is mainly for the game just to emphasise a weapon within it. It gives it its own moment. Here we go, we've got a special move coming up. Pull focus. Give it just a second, few beats. That is literally, reminds me of the Guyver 2. The way he's like... I'm just smiling watching it. It's fantastic.
I know you tell yourself that your brother disobeyed the clan. And that you have to kill him to maintain order.
Okay, a lot of anime does this. You have these breather moments. You do get them in movies, but anime is a massive thing for this. You know, they have these breather moments to really dive into the characters, into the story, to flush it out.
That it was your duty.
It was my duty and my burden.
Wow, that is a hero shot right there.
That does not mean...
Another thing, what I really like, is how they are lit. So this scene is what you'd call is backlit. There's a massive light source from behind the characters, and then where you want to place your camera is on the darker side, on the shadows. And what that does, it just gives you this beautiful lighting. You know, it wraps around your character, but it gives you the contrast by shooting on the darker side. And they've done that for both of these characters, even when they're on the other side of them. So let me go back 10. Backlit, we're shooting on the shadow side here.
It was your duty.
Camera obviously does a 180. We're keeping on the rule of 180.
It was my duty and my burden.
So again, we're backlit here, coming in from the left side of camera, shooting on the right side. We've now swapped, and lighting is, and we're still keeping on the shadow side. Same for the other character.
That does not mean I do not honor.
And it just gives you this beautiful lighting. The most cinematic lighting is always backlit, always is. And if you can do that all the time, you're setting yourself up for some beautiful, beautiful cinematography. Oh, that is absolutely fantastic. That. Oh, let's go back. I want to watch it again.
And my burden. That does not mean I do
Lovely again with the zooms. Zoom out, zoom in, zoom out.
not honor him.
And we've got the slow motion just to emphasize how cool it is. He's just split this arrow in half. Beautiful shot. Lovely. Lovely little moments of these very, very quick cuts. You know, you can see all the motion that's happening here. It's not, you know, like those new, like the Bourne Identity films or some of the Marvel films. It's just all actually, you can't even see what's going on with the martial arts. With this, you can clearly see what's going on. And you even have those few frames, those few seconds on the blade coming forward. What was that like? I mean, is that what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7 frames. And you can clearly, your eye is sharp enough to tell you what it is but you can see what it is. To emphasize the impact, we've zoomed out. Really emphasize it with the particle effects of the wood coming and being chipped.
You think you honor your brother Genji with incense and offerings? Honor resides in one's actions.
Beautiful moment. You know, we've got this, what he can see from his perspective. This is what he's looking at. This is where you want to place a camera. You know, how do you show what a character is looking at? By putting the camera there.
You dare to lecture me about honor? You are not worthy.
Again, we're always shooting on the shadow side. This is not a light key shot. You always, what I mean by that is, this film is very contrasty. It's very low key. With commercials and things like that, they tend to be high key, which is very, very light. I love personally for me, I like shooting very low key, very contrasty imagery. This is amazing. Love it. Rather than having a jump cut from to a wide, we follow the arrow. I love it. And we see the arrow come out and then expand. It just keeps us with the arrow, and it makes this shot so much better. Really dramatic. And then we've got the beautiful wide. Love it. And then we've got, rather than just him going straight into the move, we have this very few beats. He's about to do something himself. Brilliant storytelling. And here we are. Here's again, we saw it earlier on.
I know who you are, Hanzo.
He reacted to his name being called, and here's his second go. This is when you know the character has been deeply affected. Brilliant. And again, as I said earlier, it's not a wide shot. It's not super far out. This is right here. We have to feel what he's feeling. And that's how you do it. Bring your cameras in, guys. It really helps. Beautiful. I love this. What a beautiful wide shot that is. That is a full framed shot. That's what you call normally a trailer shot. Fantastic. Again, this design must have been inspired by the Guyver bio booster armor. Just the way that they come out and eject.
What the fuck is that?
Only a Shamada can control the dragons. Who are you?
Amazing. Let's go back.
I can control the dragons.
Something really important about this part is how they linger on one shot. Okay, so we know the blade's coming in, the camera's tracking back with it, and then you have this few frames of like, that's it, I'm dead, I'm done. Rather than doing it from a wide and stopping, it brings you in, out. It's beautifully done. It literally was seconds, not even that. Wow. But it's enough to tell you, to put you in his shoes. Yeah, it's only a few seconds. Amazing.
Do it then.
Here we go. Beautiful catchment in his eye. The way the light is filled. The way the sword is bouncing the light up. Oh, it's just lovely framed.
Kill me.
No. I will not grant you the death you wish for. You still have a purpose in this.
Right, this bit is really special. What he says is very magical, and they emphasize it with the camera movement. To emphasize what the character is saying, they start the camera out, And in this case, I do a little tilt up, and they just do a slow dolly forward, and you're lingering on his words. Resonates with you so much more rather than just a static shot. But there's a powerful bit of dialogue in your films or anything like that. Do a slow dolly forward, or if you can't afford a dolly track or anything like that. Sometimes the budgets I can't afford one, so I'll do a static shot and I'll do it in post-production. I'll do a very slow zoom. There's nothing that's going to beat a dolly movement, but you work with what you've got, right? And when it comes to budget. Watch this. I love it.
No.
Here we are. Tilt up. Dolly movement in.
You still have a purpose in this life, brother.
No. Oh,
Stunning.
my brother is...
And again, we've got this lovely reveal, shooting through the door frame. What I love about this, it's just the layers of it.
dead.
Lovely. This is what the character sees, straight to camera, not breaking fourth wall, but technically looking straight down the barrel of the lens of the camera. And what I also like about this is the fact of when they're doing this, you've got his close-up shot, and then it goes closer on his brother, who reveals his face, and then it goes even closer on back to the first character with his eyes.
Dead.
You're constantly in, feeling what they're going to be feeling. Tighter, and then even closer.
Genji.
And what I love about it is you can see the outline of this character in his eyes. And then we do our flash to white.
The dragon knelt upon the ground. For the first time he was...
This is the part where the stories, what I mentioned earlier, about the subtext being a bit like the dragons, and then suddenly it merges, it comes with the current story. Again, it's two stories. It's beautifully done. I love it.
able to clearly see the world around him, and he became human. The stranger revealed himself as his fallen brother. Reunited, the two set out to rebuild what they had once destroyed.
What have you become?
And I love that. It's almost like he didn't look really grotesque when we saw that, but they're just emphasising it, the fact that he can't look at him because of it. But at the same time, he did it. Again with the sound effects. Audio is 70% of your picture. That's a great shot. But would it be good without audio?
I have accepted
No, sound effects really emphasises the picture.
what I am, and I have forgiven you. Now you must...
Lovely movement around. Again, the camera's always moving. It's so cinematic. Shooting from the dark side, backlit, camera movement together. Winning combination. You can easily do this yourself. Just, honestly, just get your body and go with it. Or if you've got a dolly track, even better. Or a Ronin or something along those lines. Rather than just static, just the level of cinematography, it will just your production value will just go up.
You must forgive yourself. The world is changing once again, Hanzo, and it's time to...
Love that. The music's changed. You got the... This is the build-up. This is some of my favourite music when you hear that. It's very sort of Hans Zimmery. It just gets you excited, and you know there's tension. That is that build-up, and it does it in the music. It's very cleverly done.
Now you must forgive yourself. The world is changing once again, Hanzo, and it's time to pick a side.
Amazing. Lovely shot. Right across the moon. Bit like what E.T. did over the moon. It's purely... That is an eye candy shot. Look how cool he is. That's your visual narrative coming into play there. Beautiful.
Real life is not...
What I like about this, again, sort of world building and character building here. I'm guessing from this he is not a bad guy, but he's on the darker side of things, where the other brother is 100% good guy. And even though the way the film's gone along, we kind of know that he has now, he's had this anger, this pain of doing what he's done, and now he's almost become a little bit of a good guy. But this is to remind you, actually, no, he's got some bad guy tendencies here. I quite like it.
Like the stories our father
It's just to remind you.
told us. You were a fool for believing it so.
Perhaps I am a fool to think there is still hope for you.
And again, I've got lovely pull focus, and he literally just said what I just said, but in a much nicer way.
But I do.
So he is a good guy then. He's just lost, I guess, is the best way to put it. A bit like what the dragon said.
Think on that, brother.
And there's that feather. As I said earlier, it's foreshadowing. We saw that shot of that feather. It was lingered on that shot, and there we are. And there's our reveal of it. This is what it was all about. Music is stunning, absolutely stunning. Lovely shot going forward and up. Wow. And the question is, did the story work? Yes, it bloody did. That was amazing. It was just stunning. Beautiful writing. It had, the way it was delivered. We had the music at the beginning to tell us more about what the culture is. Planting seeds, it had subtext to it. The stories interweaving, that telling you the past with the voiceover and things like that. It was just amazing. It was just brilliantly done. And the thing is, it reflects on the game, because at the end you saw the product shot. At the end, I would buy the game just to play those characters. It was 8 minutes long, I believe, and it didn't feel like 8 minutes. It just completely flew by. Pacing, everything was done perfect, and it just flows. The story flows, and that's what you want with your films. That was an incredible film, and I'm so glad that it was on the first episode. Thumbs up, brilliant. Round of applause, bravo. And there you have it. That was episode 1 of Filmmaker Reacts. I really hope you enjoyed today's episode, and if you did, give it a thumbs up, as it really does help out the channel. Would you like to see more? Well, over there, I've gone to put another episode for you. See you later. Bye bye.